an honor to die. The Cherokee people have always believed in a life after death. Their dead have never been cremated. Instead, their ritual has been in clothing the dead body with purity symbolism, then burying them beneath the ground. The Cherokee have a great belief in spirits, and that a person's spirit was thought to retrace his place of abode after having passed from this life onto the next. In the ancient lifestyle, the people felt it an honor to die because they felt that the deceased had earned their reward. Everyone took it upon themselves to live a righteous life, perfecting it at every turn, so that when the manner of time for one's life had become completed, it had also become time to leave this life and travel into the next life. Then, the privilege of dying was a happy occasion, one that was looked forward to, one that had earned the honor. Of course, there was some sadness at the loss of a loved one, but it was understood that death was but a passing from this life to the next. It was the order of things in which a person had to accomplish from the step in this life, in order to achieve and receive into the step of the next life. There are 7 steps to heaven. The highest heaven was the one a person wanted to eventually achieve into. The ancient custom had the ordeal of placing the body in state for a period of 7 days, in a place where it wouldn't be touched by anyone. At the end of the 7th day, there was a large festivity honoring the deceased. As though the deceased were present, the body was placed in a circle, where the people paid tribute to the deceased by dancing all around it, while the festivities, as were customary of the time, took place. Now, the custom of the festivities sanctioned respect and tribute to the deceased. Therefore, the people there took the time to remember the departed. Thereby all communication was done in honor of the deceased. This continued until everyone had the opportunity of participating. The body was then taken after the festive period had ended, and it was prepared by placing a white buckskin or a white piece of cloth over the body. After the proper rites had been administered to the body, it was then taken and laid in a sepulchre and buried beneath the ground. The grave was covered with stones. There was one exception to this mode, and that was in the burial of an infant child. When the infant, or small child, of a family had passed away, the infant or child was placed inside a crock, or clay container, large enough to accommodate the body of the child. The lid was placed on the vessel, and it was buried. The bottom of the container was broken in a manner as to leave a hole in the bottom. It was believed that the child could then get out of the vessel through this hole as he continued his journey in life. On top of the grave was placed the Cherokee cross. This cross was a perpendicular stick that was raised with 3 horizontal bars at the top end. Thank you. Stay tuned.
Yeah.